Hello everybody and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online.
Amira's parents would be proud of how she has stepped forward in these dark times. Moons, I am proud of her. While Kamira gathers her thoughts, the rest of us have work to do. Tell me, what happened in the palace?
We killed Euraxia, but Nalado died, and the dragons and necromancers are still working together.
You bring news both welcome and grim. But we can neither celebrate a victory nor mourn the good captain until later, I fear. We need to determine why the dragons are willing to associate with wielders of dark magic.
I heard them mention a moon gate to the southwest. Kalgrontied seems interested in the place.
Would they be interested in the moon gate of Anequina? It lies in that direction. I wonder if this pertains to Euraxia's final order. A soldier mentioned it after we captured her, but she refused to elaborate. Maybe you can help Tharn find out more.
I'll help Abnur determine the significance of Euraxia's final order.
Even now, Abnur Tharn searches through the documents in the royal study, seeking information concerning this final order. Despite his show of indifference, Euraxia was his half-sister. Her death is bound to affect him. I suggest that you tread warily.
You worried about him?
Worried? No. That would imply I had any feelings toward the man whatsoever. I'd say I'm more concerned that his nonchalant attitude toward his sister's death might be hiding his true emotions. I trust that he's here to help, but he's still a Tharn.
Gotcha. Okie dokie then. This way. There's so many books.
When you look at the world as lines on a map, it all seems so small and insignificant. I was trying to determine the meaning of this document, but so far the secret eludes me.
I came to offer my help. Did you find out anything about Eurexia's final order?
I found a letter, but it's not complete. Looks like a scribe's dictation. I've been searching for more, but I haven't made much progress through the royal stacks. With your help, perhaps the search will go more quickly.
Tell me more about the letter.
It alludes to an order Euraxia was preparing to deliver shortly before our assault on the palace. It mentions a Captain S, the Cygnus Irregulars, and a favor for the dragons, but gives no indication as to who they are or what the favor might be.
About your half-sister.
We did what had to be done. Think no more about it. If you hadn't ended Euraxia, I certainly would have. Now, look around and see if you can find anything pertaining to this unfinished letter. I'm sure it refers to Euraxia's final order.
I'll see what I can find.
This study contains documents from when the Khajiit ruled Rimmon, as well as papers that cover the span of Euraxia's rule. So many, many papers. She was a prolific writer, I'll give her that. At least she didn't destroy her files before she died.
What should I be looking for again?
Anything pertaining to this so-called final order. While we're looking around, let's see if we can find anything that mentions the dragons, the necromancers, or anything significant. Who knows? We might uncover something unexpectedly helpful.
Yeah, alrighty. Well, I was about to say it seems like I'm going to be doing a lot of reading, but maybe not as much reading as I thought. Your Royal Majesty, my trained squad of elite assassins is ready to perform whatever services you require. However, since my assassins are few in number, it would be prudent to provide us with support in the form of auxiliary troops. If I may be so bold, I suggest granting me the authority to commandeer soldiers from the Cygnus Irregulars. I need to stop at Sand Swirl Manor anyway to collect perfect callows. Report. Report on the last Dragon Guard. Besides, any chance to stick a knife in that haughty Imperial always appeals to me. He considers my mercenaries to be inferior to his troops, and I hate him for that. Captain Solinia.
Captain Sorlinia. That must be Captain S. And the Cygnus Irregulars are Imperial troops under the command of Prefect Kalo at Sandswirl Manor.
Khajiit myths and legends continue to intrigue me. After all, it was the stories of Kunzar-Ri as told by the Moonsingers that led me to the Wrath Stone and allowed me to trick my blundering half-brother into releasing the dragons from the halls of Colossus. I wonder what else might be waiting for me in the remaining tales of Kunzar-Ri. Certainly the significance of the betrayer, whose disgusting head follows my chief necromancer around like a sad little puppy. He came to us from those legends, and the need for the Moon Gate, though I must admit, at least here in my private notes, that a complete understanding of the metaphysics behind it all still eludes me. Meanwhile, I understand that our investigation into the rumors of a last surviving member of the Dragon Guard here in Elsweyr have finally come to fruition. We can eliminate this potential threat and show Khal Granti the true value of our partnership. I look forward to studying Perfect Kalo's report in greater depth, if the Infernal Man ever agrees to send it to me.
Old Khajiiti legends and rumors of a last Dragon Guard. Intriguing.
It is. I wonder what this is about. Kunzar-Ri and the Demon Part 1. An ancient Khajiiti myth as recorded by Moonsinger Azargo Longtail. This is going to be a long tale. In the time before time, when the 16 kingdoms were barely more than 16 tribes, the great hero Kunzar-Ri went on many adventures. After Kunzar-Ri defeated the giant Droll by consuming 401 moon sugar pies, he met a demon. The demon said, "My brothers and I shall take this land and its treasures, even the moons from the sky." Kunzar-Ri objected, but the demon laughed. "You cannot stop us, little cat thing." Kunzar-Ri said, "Not by myself, foul demon. I shall gather a Krajun, a company of heroes, starting with the Altmer Nurarian the Perfect, who communes among the buried roots of the allied worms. These are the words, and the words are true." Yeah, take your word for it. Kunzar-Ri and the Demon Part 2. An ancient Khajiiti myth as recorded by moonsinger Mizbina. In the time before time, when the 16 kingdoms were young and like kittens at play, and the great hero Kunzar-Ri gathered a company of champions to combat the demon and his brothers. They had come to Elsweyr to steal the moons from the sky. With Narian ready at his side, Kunzar-Ri turned his attention to the next champion he planned to recruit. "The power of the moons will be ours, little cat thing," taunted the demon. "How can two possibly hope to stop many?" Kunzar-Ri said, "Because two shall become three, annoying demon. As soon as this one rescues Flint-Hilled Demon Hunter from the allied lair of creeping ebony plants." These are the words, and the words are true. Kunzar-Ri and the Demon Part 3. An ancient Khajiiti myth as recorded by moonsinger Sitari. In the time before time when the 16 kingdoms roamed with wild abandon, the hero Kunzar-Ri gathered champions to deal with a terrible demon and his horde. With Nurarian the Perfect and Flint-Hilled Demon Hunter, he sought a third champion, or companion. The demon said, "Oh, little cat thing, you amuse us. How can three tiny mortals ever stand against us?" Kunzar-Ri laughed. "We may be tiny, but we are persistent and tricky too, as you will see." Then Kunzar-Ri turned to his Krajun. "One more we need, a Khajiiti queen of renown, Nequina Sharptongue, who loves to bask in the glow of the big moon when she reflects and thinks deep thoughts." These are the words, and the words are true. Are there other books? Where's part 4? Ooh, that's probably important. There's no part 4. I'm not gonna search the bookshelf for part 4. That would take forever. To Exalted Majesty Queen Euraxia. This report summarizes my conclusions concerning the dragons that have made their persistence known throughout northern Elsweyr. The dragon that calls itself Mulamnir differs to an even more powerful creature known as Kalgrantid. He has provided dragons to support our efforts against the Khajiit rebels. These massive beasts have been instrumental in many of our victories, just as you predicted. If only we could convince Mulamnir to lend us more than a single creature at a time, we could retake control of the entire region. Unfortunately, the dragons seem incapable or unwilling to discern a difference between our troops and the enemy. They take no care to avoid friendly casualties and seem to revel in destruction. No matter the target, I fear our control of these creatures is haphazard at best. My recommendation follows. Order Mulamnir to instruct the dragons to obey the chain of command. Weapons work best when we can maintain complete control over their actions. Also, we must perform a service for the dragons to seal our alliance. I suggest we send an assassination squad to eliminate the last dragon guard believed to be hiding in the Elsweyr wilderness. Centurion Jagus, royal strategist to the queen.
Control dragons? What folly. But what was that about killing the last dragon guard? I think you found everything I need to fill in the blanks. Let's talk.
Books first, and then talk. Your Royal Majesty. I guess this is a letter, not a book. Anyhow, aligning myself with you has proven fruitful for both of us. You get an unyielding army of undead at your disposal, while I get an unlimited supply of bodies with which to practice my craft. If only some other visionary ruler had thought to employ my services sooner, think how far the Dark Arts could have progressed. With corpses aplenty and Euraxian mercenaries to command, we have assembled a number of cadaver forges where we can raise and store the undead. Unfortunately, even sites such as the Scar and the Necropolis cannot contain all the bodies we need to create the massive army you imagine. We need more prisoners to feed to our forges. My followers eagerly await the next shipment and are ready to process them immediately. Also, I happily report that the search for the betrayer's body parts continues apace. We should have all of the component pieces necessary to reconstruct the betrayer very soon. I reiterate that the betrayer is the key to maintaining and securing the continued support of the dragons. One more thing. Have you issued the order yet to take care of that problem I discovered hiding in the wilderness? Mulamnir and his brethren will be much more cooperative, I assure you, once your assassination squad deals with such a minor, though annoying threat. Zimog Boom, Lord of the Dark Arts.
The documents you uncovered allow me to make sense of this unfinished dictation. I believe I now know the contents of Euraxia's final order.
That's a dumb question. It's to kill the Dragon Guard or whoever.
Euraxia ordered Captain Solinia to assassinate a dragon guard in an effort to appease the dragons. Solinia plans to commandeer as many additional soldiers as necessary from Prefect Kalo at Sanswell Manor and retrieve a report.
I don't understand.
Neither do I, at least not fully. The Dragon Guard were the sworn protectors of the Imperial Emperor. At least they were until they fell out of favor. Euraxia has ordered her assassins to murder what she claims to be the last Dragon Guard.
What good are you if you don't understand?
Don't ask me. The Dragon Guard I knew failed to protect the potentates and were disbanded in disgrace. They claimed to have descended from legendary Akaviri dragon hunters. But that's all it was. A legend. We need to get to Sanswell Manor.
I'll head to Sanswell Manor and find Perfect Kalo as soon as I can.
We can't take any chances. Euraxia's final order directs her assassins to murder the last Dragon Guard. If the dragons consider this threat real, we need it on our side. Meet me west of the city, on the outskirts of Sanswell Manor.
You know anything about Captain Selena or Perfect Kalo?
Kalo is mentioned in Garesh Ree's intelligence reports. He commands a garrison of troops in an estate seized when they conquered the region. As for Solinia, I've never heard of her. But an assassination squad, they're never a good thing.
Yeah, I guess. Okie dokie, I'm gonna end this video here. Maybe I'll poke around these books and see if there's anything useful, but I doubt it. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.